This is DeMarcus Amir Cousins. DeMarcus Amir Cousins is currently a center for the Los Angeles Lakers. He currently will miss the entire season with an ACL injury. Now, DeMarcus Cousins is more than a basketball player, as I have said with many other things, whether it be a lesson, whether it be a Stephen King story, whether it be a Scooby-Doo villain. That's up for you to decide. But DeMarcus Cousins, to me, is the perfect tragedy. Because it's perfect in the sense of his rise to make it to the NBA went flawlessly. It was perfect. But once he got to the NBA, it started to become a tragedy. So we must start in high school, where DeMarcus Cousins was one of the best players in the country. Five-star recruit, McDonald's All-American, played in Nike Hoop Summit, the whole kit and caboodle. Now, Cousins originally committed to play at UAB, then committed to Memphis, and then when Calipari went to Kentucky, Cousins would follow Calipari and play at Kentucky, where he was one of the best players in the country. 15 points, almost 10 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, in a platoon system where he only averaged around 23 minutes a night. And with John Wall, the Wildcats would reach the Elite 8. And then Cousins would enter the NBA draft and go top 5. Now, up to this point, the story is perfect. Top level high school guy, top level college guy, top level NBA prospect, top 5 pick. Perfect. Only problem, he went to the Kings. Now, the Kings now look like they're on the right track, with guys like De'Aaron Fox and Marvin Bagley III, and Harrison Barnes and Buddy Hield. But back then, and up until they drafted De'Aaron Fox, they were poorly run. And DeMarcus Cousins would play well in his rookie year. DeMarcus Cousins would average 14 points and 8 rebounds in 28.5 minutes a night. As a rookie, would be named to the All-Rookie First Team, playing the All-Rising Stars Challenge. You get the idea. And over time, DeMarcus Cousins would improve. Year 2, 18-11. Year 3, 17-10. Year 4, 22-11. Year 5, 24-13. Year 6, 27-11. Now, the only problem was the Kings really didn't know how to draft. From Jimmy Fredette over Klay Thompson and Kawhi Leonard, to Thomas Robinson over Damian Lillard, to Ben McLemore over CJ McCollum, to Nick Stauskas over Zach LaVine, they really just didn't know how to draft. And then it led to frustration. DeMarcus Cousins, he was called everything from a locker room problem. I know the word that people use, but I'm not going to use that word. But he also was called an emotional lesbian. That was funny. I think Cousins found that one kind of funny. But at the same time, despite him playing at a really good level, specifically statistically for his position, team around him wasn't that good. Never made the playoffs with Sacramento. And despite this, DeMarcus Cousins was improving. He would add a 3-point shot to his game. He would become a better playmaker. And then, sort of a light beam down on him. He was being traded to the New Orleans Pelicans in a trade that, at the time, I thought that the Kings lost, because Buddy Hield wasn't much in the NBA up to that point. Neither was Tyreek Evans was out the door, and, it just didn't seem like the pick that they got from the Kings, from the Pelicans, would be valuable. Now, here's the thing. In hindsight, Buddy Hield's been awesome, and the way DeMarcus Cousins' career has gone, and maybe the Kings did win that trade, but that's up for debate. Now, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, two best big men in basketball on the same team. And it looked great. DeMarcus Cousins would play well at the end of the year, averaging 24 and 12.5 over 33 minutes for the last 17 games of the season. And then in New Orleans, next year, he looked awesome. The Pelicans were on their way to making the playoffs. He was averaging a career high in rebounds and assists. But then, something happened. He tore his Achilles. Now, we've seen this happen to guys like Kobe Bryant before, and it can affect anyone's career at any age. Sometimes that player will never come back the same. And looking at the way that it's gone so far, I don't know if DeMarcus Cousins will come back the same. Now, again, that summer DeMarcus Cousins will be a free agent. Now, he could re-sign with the Pelicans for a multi-year deal, but he decided to do the opposite. He signed a one-year deal with the Warriors. Now, this was after not receiving any great contract offers from other teams, and I see both sides of the argument. I see the argument of an Achilles injury is something you don't really see a lot of players come back from. I also see the side of DeMarcus Cousins knowing that he was talented, all NBA level talent, so he thought he deserved the money, and he would join the Warriors in a prove-it deal. Now, he dealt with injuries in Golden State as well, and he had a quad injury in the playoffs that really affected him there. And then he would come off the bench in the finals, which it's kind of funny though, because this was a guy that we really thought was one of the best, if not the best center in basketball, and now he's coming off the bench in the finals, shooting under 40% from the field. And then they would lose the finals. Now part of that to do with Kevin Durant going down with an Achilles injury of his own, and Klay Thompson going down with an ACL injury. This is all just too much deja vu for me to take right now, I'm sorry. But, yeah, he would lose the finals, and then he would sign it with the Lakers. And he tore his ACL in the preseason, as mentioned before. Now, how is this the perfect story, or the perfect tragedy, I should say? It's perfect as in, this is the perfect idea of what it means to become an NBA star. Be a top-level guy out of high school. Be a top-level guy in college. Go top 10, top 5 in the lottery, in the draft. Become an all-star level player at your position. That's the idea. The reality is, there are other factors to that than just being a star. Because DeMarcus Cousins was a star. You could argue a superstar. But because of some of his own personality issues, and because of people failing to really build a team around him, then it led to the tragedy. Because DeMarcus Cousins should be a player of his talent, should be leading a team to the playoffs, but the time he made the playoffs, he was coming off the bench. Man, it's just so sad to see this talent wasted by a horrible organization, and then for the basketball gods to waste his talent by allowing him to get injured. But in the end, what does it mean? I don't know. It's up for interpretation. How would you define DeMarcus Cousins' career? Will you define it like I would? Will you define it your own way? Is it too much potential, not a great personality? Diva personality, too much talent? Would it be something on the lines of, oh, he just ended up in a bad situation? In my opinion, DeMarcus Cousins is the perfect tragedy.
DeMarcus, first I'm going to start with the technical that got you ejected, that was then rescinded. What happened there? I've never seen anything like that.
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
But did it come out of your mouth accidentally? Is that what happened?
Yes, man. This is ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
DeMarcus, their game plan obviously tonight was to be physical with you and get in your head. You definitely held your composure throughout the game. How important was that for you guys to be able to pull out this win?
That was light, man. I know what their game scheme is every night. They're hyping up their big man over there. He thinks he's a stopper. It's not happening. I brought him back to reality.
That is a very ticked off DeMarcus Cousins, but what a game. What a game he had tonight. Thanks for joining us.